Many are now wondering if our dogs and cats could be infected. The CDC says we just don't know yet, but it could be possible. Monkeypox can infect a wide range of animals like squirrels and groundhogs. So far, there are no confirmed reports of people transmitting monkeypox to dogs and cats. The last time that pets were infected with monkeypox in the U.S. was back in 2003. That's when domesticated prairie dogs shared bedding and caging with a shipment of infected small mammals from West Africa. The CDC says it is still learning about which mammals are susceptible. So what do pet parents need to know? Let's bring in Dr. Evan Antin, a veterinarian at the Conejo Valley Animal Hospital and author of the book Worldwide Vet. Evan, good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Alex.
All right, so if you test positive for monkeypox, you got pets in the house, what should you do?
Ideally, if possible, try to have your pets under the care of somebody else that has not been exposed or is not positive for monkeypox.
Yeah, and let's put up on the screen some other tips that we're talking about as well. Avoid contact,
Right.
Wash hands, try to cover your rashes and wear a mask, stay in another room, disinfect. Essentially try to keep your pet away from you if you can, because the way you give and get monkeypox is from these rashes, right?
Exactly. I mean, these are the things you would do if your pet, if you have to continue, to take care of your pet and they have to be at home with you. We want to avoid all those contact points.
And so, we still don't have these documented cases of pets recently getting it. We know that dogs have gotten it in the past. How would you know, potentially, if your dog or cat has monkeypox? What are things to look out for?
It can present with some general clinical signs like being lethargic and anorexic, meaning they're not eating as much. They can have flu-like symptoms. Sometimes they get a little bit bloated. If you see skin lesions that look concerning, of course, that could be other things, but look for those, and they'd be similar lesions like what are seen on people. And then they can have respiratory clinical signs where you see like crusty eyes, crusty nose, like upper respiratory infection, looking clinical signs. Those are all things to look for.
And if you see something like that, is that something where you call the vet right away?
I mean, I think it's always good to call your vet if you are concerned of your pet's health. With any of those clinical signs, they all could be potentially related to something really concerning. If you are concerned about monkeypox, for example, if you know your pet was exposed to you or somebody with monkeypox, then I would advise you inform your veterinary hospital of this so they can prepare their hospital and the staff and everything before coming in for a visit.
So that they can be prepared and you don't expose everybody in the veterinary hospital to monkeypox.
Yeah, just with any infectious disease, we want to approach it intelligently and try to reduce exposure and nosocomial infections that can take place in the hospital,
All right, so what are you supposed to do if your pet, you believe, could be exposed to monkeypox or could have monkeypox? What do you do as the human?
Right, so if your pet's exposed and you've already been exposed to your pet and they're in your care, we want to keep them, we want to prevent them from being exposed to any other pets or people or animals or people for at least like the next 3 weeks or so. If you do see any obvious lesions and they do have an infection, I mean, we want to not expose them to any people or pets until those lesions are completely healed over. And that can take 2, 3, 4, sometimes more weeks.
But bottom line on monkeypox, we do know that it is possible for monkeypox to be transmitted from animal to human and from human to animal. It seems like at this point we don't know exactly which animals it can be transmitted, but we do know that this is not just a human-to-human disease, right? Right.
It is technically a zoonotic disease, and we are seeing, just like you said, spread from humans to animals and spread from animals to humans. So again, though, we don't know what species. It looks like it's mostly mammals. I don't think there's any notes of any reptiles or fish or birds infecting it or carrying it or spreading it. But yeah, the different mammals, we still don't know. There's a lot to learn about the virus, obviously.
There is a lot to learn, but we appreciate your insight on this tonight. Evan Antin, thank you very much. And for more on Evan, you can check out him on Instagram at dr.evanantin.com, and you'll be joined by about 1 million people on that page. Congrats on all your success, Evan. Great to have you with us.